So what I have done in today's interaction is I will talk to you about the subject combinations, because you all know about three primary groups which after 10th you are expected to take up. Either you take up science, or you take up commerce, or you take up arts or humanities, right? Now with the new education policy coming in, we will slowly, steadily start forgetting about these groups. It is going to be more about combination of subjects, right? So I'll talk on combination of subjects. What are the combination of subjects available after 10th at present? I will also talk to you about a self-assessment tool, because the moment you go to Google Uncle, you know Google Uncle?
Yes.
Very well. Says what is Google? Says Google answer all those questions which God cannot. Is it like that? So the moment you go to Google and you search for some data, you are able to get a lot of data. But two things you need to be very careful about is, one, you must pick up data from a source which is a verified source. 97% of the data on Google is unverified, right? And second thing is, Google will not tell you what is right fit for you. If I want to know what are the career options available after 12th, commerce for example. So Google may give you a list of 50 degrees which you can do after 12th commerce. But which one is right fit for you? Don't know. So I will share with you a self-assessment tool which will help you understand yourself better, and in turn help you take the right decision for your career, right? And in total, in this presentation, I'll talk to you about 20 verticals of higher education, in which I will talk about more than 250 degree options. So if I quickly ask you a question, how many degrees have you heard of? Anybody? You can raise your hand, tell me. Degrees. After 12th you go for a degree, which is known as a bachelor's degree. We are all aware of that. After bachelor's you go for a master's degree. After master's you go for pre-doctoral. Then you go for doctoral. Then you have something which is post-doctoral. No, PG is post-graduation, which is master's. Right? So if I generally ask children, what degrees have you heard of? So I'm sure if I give this task to you, you may not be able to write more than 10 degrees. And 10 is probably too much. So we all know about BA, BCom, BBA, BSc, BE, BTech, MBBS, and the world finishes. Yes, no? So I talked to you about more than 250 degree options. It is going to be a little power-packed session. If you are all comfortable with the pace and language in which I am communicating, I would rather go a little fast. Are we all together?
Yes, sir.
Short?
Yes, sir.
Okay. The moment you come to grade 10, you face this irony. And what is the irony? Number one, you become an adult. But nobody agrees to it. Everybody still feels that you are that नन्हा मुन्ना बच्चा, है ना? घर में भी तुम्हारा ट्रीटमेंट वैसे ही होता है. Second thing is, you start getting no for everything. I'm sure all of you have experienced that. Everyone has already experienced, then is already experiencing at present. The moment you go to your father and say, "Can we go out for dinner?" Beta, no. Then you go to them and tell them, "Can in the evening I go for a match for sports?" Beta, no, boards, 10. You start getting such no's for anything and everything. And third most important is, you start getting a lot of gyan. You know gyan? The moment you meet a new adult, he always has some or the other gyan to give you. Yes, no? I call all of you as young adults. Because, as I said, you have already gained adulthood. Whatever adult is expected to know, you all know it. Thanks to a lot of exposure, digitization, being a millennial student, everything is known to you. But the moment an adult meets you, he or she always has a gyan to give you. and you are being bombarded with a lot of gyan. I was doing a research with one of my friends at IIM Ahmedabad. You heard about this stupid institution here in Ahmedabad? Known as IIM Ahmedabad. By the way, I was visiting faculty to IIM Ahmedabad, so that is the reason I have the leverage to call it stupid for the sake of it, not otherwise. I was doing a research with one of my research scholars at IIM Ahmedabad to figure out that why these adults give a lot of gyan to young adults. So we came out with 3 species of children, people who give a lot of gyan to young adults. You know what are those 3 species? You want to know?
Yes,
The first set of people who give you a lot of gyan are people known as parents' friends. Yes, no? You agree? Second set of people are known as friends' parents. गलती से किसी दोस्त के घर चले जाओ, उसके पिताजी पकड़ लेते हैं, बेटा मैं बताता हूँ करियर में क्या करना है। I will tell you how to choose the right career option for yourself. And the third most vulnerable lot is already spoken about by one of my friends, and that set of vulnerable lot to give you gyan is known as relatives. And we were trying to figure out why they give you a lot of gyan, and the answer which we got was very amusing. The answer which we got was they give you a lot of gyan because their own children don't listen to them. So they have to figure out somebody. दोस्त का बेटा पकड़ लो, बेटे की दोस्त पकड़ लो, रिश्तेदार का बच्चा पकड़ लो. So my first set of advice to all of you is, don't listen to everyone. With a disclaimer, everyone does not mean go to your class and tell your teacher that there was some kaglu who had come in the morning. He has said that don't listen to everyone. So आज से तुमको सुनना बंद. Listen to somebody who has got a genuine concern for you. And take my words, there are only 2 set of people who have a genuine concern, and those 2 set of people are people who have got some observation about you. And those 2 set of people, one are your teachers, and second are your parents. Because they have observed you, they have seen you somewhere, they have seen your behavior, they have seen how you approach things, they have seen how you approach problems. Right? Coming on to understanding career. Whenever you see a building, by default you will see there are 4 pillars in a building. Yes, no? Now imagine a building with 4 pillars, but one pillar is weak in comparison to other 3. Will the stability of the building be appropriate?
No.
Same way, when you have to build your career, there are 4 parameters which are important, which are pillars of your career building. And those 4 parameters are understanding your orientation, aptitude, personality, and interest. Since this entire tool is going to be pretty long tool, I will try to explain you 2 things out of it. One is orientation, second is aptitude, which will help you, and I promise more than 80% of you will become sufficiently clear in taking right decision for your career. Let us understand the word orientation. To understand orientation, we divide children in 3 broad categories. The first category of children are children who are known as academic oriented children. They are children who love to read, study, watch educational videos, do a lot of research, spend a lot of time on books and or academia. In class, they are being teased by the word padhaku. You know that? They are known as academic oriented children. Their primary methodology of gaining knowledge is based on academic study. Clear? Second category of children are children who are not that much into academics. They are more comfortable in talking, discussing, debating, arguing, interacting. In class they cannot sit straight. आगे कुछ नहीं, पीछे कुछ नहीं, इधर. They are children whom we call people oriented because their primary source of knowledge gaining is interaction based. They learn things by interacting more in comparison to reading or academic interaction. Yeah? And the third category of children are children who are neither into academics nor into people interaction. They are more comfortable in doing practical hands-on things. They always, you will find them engaged in something which is more practical oriented, skill based oriented, like drawing, dance, art, craft, music, sports, acting, mimicry, cookery, photography, filmmaking, computer coding, digital photography, and so on. They are children who are known as practical oriented children. Now the best part is, all these three orientations are there in every child. First thing which you have to figure about yourself is, you are highest in which orientation, second level at which one, third level at which one. And how will you identify this? Very simple. If I give you three standalone tasks to perform, one, I tell you to do an academic work, second, practical application work, third, interaction work. Which work will you pick up as your first priority? That is your top orientation. Which work will you pick up as your second priority? That is going to be your second level of orientation. And which is your least priority is your third level of orientation. If you have heard me clearly in last 3 to 4 minutes, I hope each one of you will be sufficiently clear with your orientation graph. Yes, no?
Yes.
How many of you feel you know what is your orientation graph? आप किसी को बताओ नहीं बताओ वो बात की बात है. You feel sufficiently clear with your orientation. Few of you may be confused, but don't worry. There is a possibility that two orientations fall at a same level. Third orientation is higher or lower than that. So you may choose any one of the two tasks in the first group. There is a possibility. So this is what is orientation. Now if you have understood your orientation clearly, second step we move to is trying to understand what is your aptitude. How many of you heard this word aptitude? Suna hai word kya hoga? I get a lot of children who come to me and say, sir, aptitude test karana hai. What do you heard this word? Yes, no, more or less? Can anybody tell me what do you understand by this word? What is aptitude?
Sir, caliber. Knowing your own.
Caliber. Very broad word.
Basically knowing your own interest and what.
Knowing your own?
Interest.
I told you 4 pillars: orientation, aptitude, personality, interest. Interest is a separate pillar altogether. There is a possibility you have interest in becoming a doctor, but the moment you see blood, you are bumped off your feet. So मतलब आप एक खून डोनेट करने जाओ 2 बोतल लेके आओ.
Knowing your strength.
That is different.
Knowing your strengths.
Strength again is a very broad word.
It's the ability to fulfill your interest.
Ability to fulfill your interest. Oh, ये थोड़ा ज़्यादा execution format में है. Yeah, keep saying. You don't get it.
You are intellectual. Intellectual.
Intellectual again is a broad word. Logic is one kind of aptitude. My question is, what is aptitude? Potential, again very broad word. Again, critical aptitude, one kind of aptitude. Okay, let me take 30 seconds to explain you. आप में से कितने लोग बचपन में छोटे थे? नहीं, I will have you think this girl was not छोटा. बेटा, you were not born. You were grown on a tree. One day Papa Mummy saw she looks good. Let her up and take her home. ऐसा हुआ आपके साथ? अरे यार मेरा बड़ा सिंपल क्वेश्चन है. आप में से कितने लोग बचपन में छोटे थे? Come on. Okay, सभी लोग अपना बचपन याद करो. अगर आपको अपना बचपन याद नहीं है तो आपके घर में छोटे ब्रदर सिस्टर होंगे, उनको आपने ग्रो होते हुए देखा होगा. उनका बचपन याद करो. वो भी नहीं है तो सोसाइटी में छोटे चिल्लू घूमते रहते हैं, उनको आपने देखा होगा. 2-3 तरह के बच्चे बहुत स्पेसिफिकली आपको देखने को मिलते हैं. एक बच्चा वो है जिसको पापा मार्केट से वो चुप चुप ट्रेन लाके देते हैं चलने वाली. So the kid gets the choo choo train, opens the box, sets up the track, puts the train, inserts the battery, switches it on. and the train is taking rounds, chuk 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 chuk. But the child is not that much interested in the chuk chuk train as he or she is interested कि पापा कमरे से बाहर कब जाएंगे. Can you tell me why? Absolutely, because he wants to dissect the instrument. He wants to break open the train and see how does it work. And after a while, when Papa comes back, he has got a motor attached with a battery hanging in his hand. It tells Papa, train ऐसे चलती थी. You see such kids? And there's another kid who is not interested in train, plane, car, helicopter, so on and so forth. बस मैं और मेरा Mickey Mouse. He or she will sit in the corner and take a stupid paper, draw a cartoon on it, paint it, sketch it, crayon it, and then in the evening, Papa comes from office and tells him, "See, this is you." You seen such kids? Yes, no. And there's a third kid who is always asking questions. You tell him, "This is a table, you. This is a chair, you." एक दिन पापा ऑफिस से घर आके बोलते, "बेटा मैं तेरा बाप हूँ," बोलेंगे. Nobody teach the first child to go and break open the toy which he or she was liking a minute before. Nobody tells the second child that you go and make cartoons and paste from your dad's face. Nobody tells the third child to always become Paresh Rawal of 22nd century. Yes, no? What is it? This is something which we in psychometry call natural bent of mind, but we also call it God sent. Right? As you grow, this God sent things get converted in subject areas, and this is what we call as aptitude. Now remember 10th grade. For 11th, 12th children who are at 10th, you can see, check with yourself. There is one child in your class who always gets 100 on 100 in maths. And I keep struggling, I do not get marks. And there's another Didi in class who always gets highest marks in history. And I don't understand what is history all about. Do you think you're stupid? Answer is no. The first child probably has got a higher aptitude in mathematics as a subject, and you are relatively carrying low aptitude in mathematics. Are we together? Girls, can you all please come here? Let's not cram. Come here. Quickly go that side. Quick. Niche, chuke. So you have whichever country you go to, whichever board you study. Currently you are studying CBSE, right? Whichever board you study, you are always exposed to 5 categories of subjects till grade 10. And what are those 5 categories of subjects? First is mathematics, we all know about it. Second category is what we call as sciences, which include physics, chemistry and biology. Third is social sciences, which include history, civics, geography and economics. Fourth set of subjects which you get exposed to are languages, where you study English, Hindi, Gujarati, Sanskrit or any other regional language. And the fifth category of subjects which you study are subjects known as practical skill-based subjects. Those could be physical education, art and craft, music, dance, NCC, home science, cooking, culinary art, carpentry, electronics and so on. So you all have understood aptitude. You have to figure out which subject comes naturally, comfortably, easily to you. That means those subject or group of subjects you are high on. And also marks has no role to play in selection of subject combination in level 12. Let me take you through 30 seconds of my story. My parents are both doctors. My father is a surgeon, gold medalist from PGI Chandigarh. My mother is a gynecologist, gold medalist from Amritsar Medical College. And unfortunately, in our Indian system, if you are born to parent couple, who is a doctor, and on top gold medalist, Means your career is fixed the day you are conceived.
Pressure.
Yes, no? Come again? Yes, no?
Yes.
But thankfully they asked me, then what do you want to do? I said मैं driver बन जाऊंगा, डॉक्टर नहीं बन. ठीक है, डॉक्टर नहीं बनना तो इंजीनियर बन जाऊँ. So I got on the engineering track, studied very hard in 11th. Got admission in a stupid institute in Delhi known as IIT Delhi. I don't know how many of you heard about it. What about this institute? Known as Indian Institute of Technology. 4 years I did my BTech, I don't know why. I asked my professor in 4th year, I said, sir, what next should I do? He said, you should do MTech. I said, wow. What do you do for that? He says, GATE. I said, I have one in front of my house. There's another one which exists, I don't know. There's an exam known as GATE. So I gave GATE, got into one of the toughest MTechs, which is known as MTech Structures. Did 2 years of my MTech. When I was in 6th year of my technology education, one of another professor which was teaching me for last 6 years came to me and said, Mohit, technology education is not right fit for you. I said, sir, thank you. बड़ी जल्दी बता दें. मुझे जिंदगी की 6 साल की बात रही है. 2-4 साल रुक जाते, PhD में कर लेता, साबरमती में कूदने की तैयारी होती तब बताना चाहिए. I said, sir, what next? He says, you should do management. I said, wow, what do you do for that? He says, CAT. I never knew what is CAT. I knew the one who came to my kitchen to bring me. So I gave CAT, got calls from 2 IIMs. I got calls from IIM Lucknow, IIM Bangalore, could not convert. Finally, I did my MBA from Nirma University Institute of Management. After that, I came into teaching. I taught at IIM Ahmedabad, National Institute of Design, College of Design and Technology. Everywhere wherever I went, I talked to the master's level students, asking them, why are you doing what you are doing? And believe me, 99% of them did not have an answer. So I rose my right hand, turned it back, patted myself, telling myself I am not the only gaza. Yes, no? And when that pulled me to read psychology, and when I started reading psychology, I understood the problem lies at school level. Because nobody at school level tells us what and how to choose the right option. Right? So marks do not play a role as far as your intelligence is concerned. Should you be going behind your peer group? No. I'll give you an example. Yesterday I was talking to 300 kids in a school, will not name the school. I asked 10 kids, what do you want to do generally? Believe me, 40% of the class told me engineering. Great. Nothing bad. And then I asked them, how many of you heard about IIT? Believe me, there was only one hand up out of 300 kids. And I'm talking about Ahmedabad, English medium school. So please, boys and girls, not that I want to ridicule children or ridicule a school, but then in this digital age, knowledge and education is on your hand. Don't follow your peer group. Do your own research. Should you be following the parental influence? My parents are both lawyers, so I should become a lawyer. My parents are both architects, I should become an architect. Not necessary. हर घर में बंदर होना जरूरी नहीं. Yes, no. What should be the basis of stream selection? Subject group comfort. At first 10th grade level and further at grade 12 level. Right? Man, how much time I have? 10 minutes? 10 minutes, so within 10 minutes I will finish. So now we are going to go a little fast because what I am going to talk to you about is these are the groups which are prevalent. So we have a combination of physics, chemistry, maths, physics, chemistry, biology. AB group, which is physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology. We have commerce, which is accounts, economics, business studies, and we have arts, humanities, based studies, like history, geography, political science, psychology, sociology, philosophy, and so on and so on. Right? So what I'm going to do is I'm quickly going to take you through all 21 verticals identified by UGC. You know UGC? University Grants Commission, which is the controlling body of higher education in India. Right? I will tell you the qualities required in the child for that particular, and what are the degrees which are available, along with a quick review of specializations which are available. Right? So let's get on to PCM. combination. Physics, chemistry, maths. Who is the right candidate who should take PCM? First, your orientation has to be high on academic orientation. People orientation कम है, practical orientation कम है, चलेगा. Second, you should be excellent at science, especially with chemistry and physics and mathematics as a subject. So, high category of subjects, your maths and science both have to be very good. And my definition of very good is 90-95% plus conceptual clarity. Marks I have no connect with. I hope I'm clear.
Yes, sir.
Third, you should have curiosity about machinery, latest gadgets happening in the technology world. And last but not least, ability to spend long hours with books and or computers. If all these four things fit into you, you are the right candidate for PCM. What all you can do after PCM? All of you have heard about BE, BTech, integrated ME or MTech. You have another degree known as BFTech, Bachelor of Fashion Technology, and you have a diploma plus BTech 6-year degree plan available after 10th for students, for which you don't have to appear for an entrance exam. Straight away after 10th, you can get admission in a 6-year diploma plus BTech program. There are total 107 branches available in engineering, out of which I have given 7 mother branches, which include architecture, computer sciences, civil, chemical, electronics, electrical, mechanical, and there are some new age branches, which include automation, robotics, alternate energy, data science, machine learning, environmental sciences, geoinformatics, mathematics, computing, and mechatronics. In total, this number is 107 plus, right? Next, you can go for architecture and planning. You have a BARC degree, which is a 5-year program. You have Bachelor of Interior Design, Bachelor of Planning, or a BTech in Planning. Next, we come to combination of PCB. PCB is physics, chemistry, and biology. You need to be very high at academic and practical orientation. You need to be good at all 3 sciences. And what is my definition of good here? 90-95% plus conceptual clarity. Right? Excellent memorization power. Why do you need memorization power in the area of medicine surgery? You cannot afford to have a patient on the table with 3 abdomen cut off and then suddenly you forget what to do. Happy birthday, thank right? And ability to spend long hours in books and computers. If you have this combination set with you, you are the right candidate for PCB. What all you can do after PCB? All of you have heard about MBBS, BDS. But beyond that, there are 5 more Ayush degrees which you can do, which include Ayurvedic, Unani medicine, Sikh medicine, naturopathic, yogic medicine, and homeopathic medicine. Beyond that, you can get into paramedical sciences. In paramedical sciences, anesthesia technology, cardiovascular, critical care, dialysis, exercise, sports, health information, medical imaging, medical report, neuroscience, nuclear medicine, nursing, operations, theatre, obstetrics, radiotherapy, respiratory, trauma care, I at times feel sad when children, unfortunately for some reason, are unable to do NEET and come back to me and say, "Sir, NEET में medicine के अलावा कुछ है ही नहीं." And if I talk to them about paramedical, nursing is the only thing they know. Do you know people who assist these doctors in the most critical times and actually who save the patient are the paramedical staff? And they are equally paid now. Let me tell you. Beyond this, within paramedical, you can also go for optometry, occupational therapy, pharmacy, or physiotherapy. Next comes rehabilitation sciences, where you can do prosthetics, orthotics, audiology, speech language pathology, rehabilitation sciences, special education, rehabilitation, and special education. You can also go for veterinary sciences and animal husbandry, fisheries sciences. Next comes the combination which is PCMB. Physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, जो बहुत स्टड है, वो बॉयज कौन सा पसंद करते हैं? बॉडी बिल्डर। अच्छा, ठीक है। So if you are like that and you can consume all 4 subjects partly, then you need to be high in academic orientation, love both maths and science, excellent logic and memorization power both, and obviously comfortable sitting and studying for long hours. If you fit this combination, all things which I have explained for A group, PCM and PCP, definitely you can do. Beyond that, two more areas you can get into. One is pure sciences, where you can do BSc in anthropology, applied physical science, biochemistry, bioinformatics, biotechnology, botany, biomedical chemistry, dairy technology, environmental science, biosafety, food technology, forensic science, filmmaking, genetics, geology, life science, mathematics, nautical science, physics, or zoology. And beyond that, you can get into agricultural sciences, where you can do agriculture, silviculture, horticulture, forestry, home science, community science, food dietetics and nutrition, and so on. Next, we come to commerce. Yeah. I talk to a lot of commerce kids and I ask them, why do you take commerce? So common answer which I get is, sir, science लेना नहीं था, बहुत tough था. और सर आर्ट्स लेने में तो इज्जत चली जाए. Then I asked them that at 10th grade level, what was your score in mathematics? Sir, 35. Then I tell them इज्जत अभी भी नहीं करती. No course is bad. Arts, humanities, social sciences are great courses. And this I can tell you, being a science graduate myself, today some of the most sought after students, even at the best of the academic institutions in the world, forget world, even if I talk about India, if I talk about IISc in Bangalore, you are compulsorily supposed to study 4 humanities, social sciences subjects in first 4 semesters. You talk about IITs, they have introduced humanities, social sciences. You talk about IIMs, they have introduced humanities, social sciences. Right? So, if you are high in academic orientation, कॉमर्स वालों को अगर ये लग रहा है कि पढ़ना नहीं पड़ेगा इसलिए कॉमर्स ले लिया तो नहीं चलेगा. Right? Second, you will be good at maths and economics, interest in business and liking for numbers and data analysis. If you have this, you are the right candidate for commerce or commercial studies. After commerce, what all you can do? Definitely you can do BCom. There is a newer degree, BCom Honors, or also known as BCom Professional, which you can do. You can also do BCom in sports or BCom in computer sciences. Also, within the area of commerce and finance, there are degrees like BBA in finance, BSc in finance, and there is a law degree available in combination of commerce known as BCom and LLB. Beyond that, there are a lot of specializations or certifications which you can do in commerce, which may include Chartered Accountant, CA, CS, CFA, CFP, ICWA, CIA, NSC, BSc certification, as well as actuarial sciences. Next comes humanities, or what we call as arts. If you want to take a combination of history, geography, political and psychology, then you need to be a mixture of academic people and practical. So technically speaking, from the orientation perspective, some of the most intelligent children go to humanities and social sciences. Do you realize that? Second, you will be good at subjects of languages and social sciences. That is English, history, geography, political science. You should be good at theory, reading and retelling, and you need to have good observation power. If you have this combination with you, you are the right child to go for humanities and social sciences. Lot of children come to me and say, sir, humanities, social sciences, I ask them, क्यों नहीं लिया? For example, they come for counseling. Why did you not take humanities, social sciences? You are right candidate for that. Sir, humanities, social sciences के बाद options नहीं है. So just to set your psyche right, there are more than 40 specializations available after humanities, social sciences in pure BA field, which include applied psychology, archaeology, economics, education, family child welfare, geography, history, industrial relations, personal management, journalism, mass media, Indian language, foreign language, linguistics, museology, philosophy, physical education, yoga, critical science, psychology, public health, social work, or sociology. Plus, there are some skill-based programs available after humanities, which include hotel management, culinary arts, dance, music, acting, sports management, or one can also go for a highly integrated program in law. Now if a kid comes to me and say, sir, you have talked about maths and social science, you talk about maths and science, you talk about social science and language, but what if I am good at the fifth category of subjects, which are practical skill-based subjects? Then what do? Then you have two options. One, you go for a diploma based on 10th in the area of engineering, agriculture, paramedical, rehabilitation, design finance, performing arts, computer application, event management, travel tourism, foreign language, healthcare, and vocational studies. Or you take up the most appropriate combination of subjects in 11th, 12th and shift to general degree programs which are available to everyone. So whether you are from science, commerce, arts and or even if you are through new education policy, any combination of subjects, you can get into degree program related to business management, computer applications, design finance, economics, social management, law, legal studies, mass communication, performing arts, sports and physical education and I have already overshot my time by 2 minutes. Post this, I could have explained you all of them individually with degree programs and all, but nothing to worry. You can go to my YouTube. There are a lot of sessions which I have put up there. A lot of presentations are there from where you can pick it up. Right? So I think I will close this session here and I will. One quick thing I'll tell you. I have recently published a book by the name of Parents Handbook of Careers After School, which has been officially published by CBSE Delhi on their official website. So I'm the only private author in the country whose book has been published by CBSE on their official website. So I will also share that link with you. So that CBSE link is open, it is free. If many browsers are unable to open that link on CBSE website, in that case you can go to Mohit Mangal website. On the first page, I have put up a link known as Free Career Guide. Click there. From there, you can download the Career Handbook free of cost. अपने पास Career Handbook है, copy है, देखना उसको शायद. Any questions? Quick, I can take 1, 2, 3 questions if there is any. Generally, you should not fear from your neighbors because Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam said, if you don't ask questions, you are losing the opportunity of gaining knowledge. Go ahead.
So, if we are planning for a stream in science and we still lack in our position of 85, so are we not eligible for it?
Eligibility is never a problem. The problem comes, okay, the question I will first speak. The question of the child is if I want to take science and I am rolling around 85%, am I not eligible to take science? See, any board, be it CBSE, State Board, International Board, Cambridge Board, Open Board, nobody restricts your subject selection. But the point is, if your fundamental clarity of concept at 10th grade level is not 90-95% level, then both conceptual knowledge and understanding of science in 11th, 12th, as well as coverage of volume of science books in 11th, 12th may become a problem. And that is the reason why school generally do not allow you to take science subjects, because they are both voluminous as well as high on their conceptual understanding. But at 80-85%, generally, let me quickly give you this thing also. Science A group aspirants are generally very comfortable with mathematics and physics, struggle with chemistry. And Science B group aspirants are very comfortable with biology and chemistry, struggle with physics. Now, if you are in 10th and you are facing this issue, my humble request, and even if you are in 11th, 12th and you are continuing facing this issue, my humble request to all of you is, it is possible to improve at your age. At my age, it is not possible to improve because my IQ has got frozen. At your age, it is possible, and the possibility comes with a very simple effort. That is, start putting in extra time in the subject which you are uncomfortable with. Within 1 month, you will see your subject comfort becomes high and you start enjoying the subject. Within 1 month. So, put in extra time in that subject. Wherever your conceptual clarity is low, bring your overall comfort to 90-95%, you will start enjoying. Yeah? Can you please repeat? At which standard we should choose a career? That is what is your question. See, generally by 10th you should be sufficiently clear that which subject combination you should go for in 11th, 12th. And based on that, your efforts should change at grade 10 level. Getting what I'm saying? साइंस के एरिया की तरफ जाना है तो योर मैथमेटिक्स साइंस शुड बिकम वेरी क्लियर एट 10th ग्रेड लेवल. ह्यूमैनिटी सोशल साइंसेस में जाना है तो उस तरह, अगर कॉमर्स में जाना है तो मैथ्स इकोनॉमिक्स का. दैट इज व्हाट यू शुड डू. या गो अहेड.
What stream to choose for banking or some that kind?
Does not matter. Even arts, science, commerce, social sciences, social work, design, any child can go for banking as a stream or an area. But ideally speaking, because banking falls under the umbrella of what we call as finance, commerce becomes the most ideal choice. But from the eligibility perspective, anything is open. Anybody can do it.
What if I chose a course according to the steps you decided, and then while doing the course 3 years, I realized that it's not the best one for me?
It is possible. मैंने 8-10 साल पढ़ाई करता रहा, उसके बाद भी पता नहीं लगा कि करना क्या है जिंदगी में. See, this method will always tell you the next step. And best part is, at your age, aptitude keeps changing, getting enhanced in different areas. Personality keeps changing. Interest may shift. Orientation may change. So based on that, your next step may change. But at present, with the given set of these 4 pillars, you should decide on your next step. That is, your orientation, aptitude, personality, interest should give you the next plan of action. During that next plan of action of 2 years or 3 years graduation or 4 year graduation, there is a possibility that change happens. Then we shift it at the master's level further, right? So this is possible and commonly happens. Why do you think majority of the engineering students enter in management? Exactly this thing happens. No? But at a larger perspective, you don't realize this thing. What's the idea?
Is it possible to pursue MBA after completing bachelor's in architecture?
MBA is possible after any bachelor's. You know what is the full form of MBA? Masters of Business Administration. And in Gujarati it's known as Mane Badu Avade. So any area in which Mane Badu Avade can do MBA. Okay. But commonly made mistakes is wasting time at this generation, this level. Most common mistake. Idiots like Mark Zuckerberg, and I am on record, I don't fear. Idiots like the people who set up these social media networks. There is a larger agenda that our youth in India, because they know we are the most intelligent youth in the world, they know it, and that is the reason they want to lure you and put you into areas with which you waste your time, and your mental development takes place only till the age of 24-25. After that, mental development stops. So if I put a child, for example, in gameplay, and I do not motivate the child to learn to code a game or make a game, means I am diminishing the intellect of the child. So the most common mistake which children do not realize, and I humbly request you to realize at your age, is anything which is a time waster, don't do it. You heard about a gentleman known as DAV Ahmedabad? Yes. He said a beautiful thing. जिस कर्म में लाभ नहीं है, वो कर्म मत करो. A thing which does not give you profit, don't do it. And at your age, your time is your commodity, which after spending you get profit. Yes, no? Yes. At my age, money becomes commodity. Right? At your age, time is your commodity. So, whatever you are spending time on, and there's another beautiful saying, it says, when something is offered free to you, you are the product. You are the product. So if I offer you a web series free of cost, I have taken away your time. Once you watch it, I get a like or a view or a comment which gives me money, but what does it give you? Thank. So don't get into doing something which does not give you profit. And profit is knowledge enhancement, physical enhancement, spiritual enhancement, skill enhancement. These are the 4 profits at your age. I hope I have answered your question. Yeah.
You said that you should not listen to anyone's advice, young or low. But like for me personally, there was like a lot of people started telling me what to it kind of gets you at one point to question your decision. Because I wanted to take a stand.
You always have to question why. Unfortunately, we stop asking this question why. For example, I look at your face and I tell you, बेटा तेरा राहु केतु के साथ 8वें भाव में बैठा है और उसकी दृष्टि शनि के ऊपर है जो 4वें भाव में है, तो तेरे को इंजीनियरिंग करना चाहिए. तेरे को समझ आया कुछ? Can you not ask the question why? So you have 2 options. One, get into research of astrology. Understand yourself. Whatever am I talking doesn't make sense. Just तुम्हारे स्कूल में आने से पहले मैं वेट कर रहा था 5 मिनट. I was looking at a video. India has lost match. 11 एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स आज तक के टीवी पे लाइव मैच से पहले उन्होंने बुलाए. 11 के 11 एस्ट्रोलॉजर्स ने बोला इंडिया जीतेगा. There was a video which is going viral. So either you research yourself or you trust me. I am simply telling you, research yourself. Don't even trust me. Are you getting what I am saying? Don't even trust me. Research yourself. Let people tell you 100 things. Listen to them. If you think there is some logic to it, some validity to it, or you can figure out some validity by researching, then believe them. Otherwise, don't believe. Right? And don't believe Google at all. सबसे नॉनसेंस नौटंकी बच्चे करते हैं. They would come to me and say, सर आपको नहीं पता? Immediately I get to know कि ये Google अंकल का शिकार है. Don't trust Google. Google is just a search engine. It is not God. Do your research.
Google will not help you. Google will not help you.
Career planning, absolutely no. Google where you go, I tell you. You know what is the intelligence scale in the world? There is only one intelligence scale in the world which has been created by the Harvard scientists. That is known as Mensa scale. Right? It has 173 ka scale. You go to Google, Google will throw up thousands of IQ tests. And you punch in certain answer to certain questions, it will give you certain IQ. And you start jumping, I have got 151 IQ. What is this nonsense? Who understands what is 151? And on which scale? And what is the percentile on which 151 has come? So please don't trust Google. Unfortunately, हमारे बच्चे, because Google spits answers to anything in a click of a finger, you start believing it's everything. Whereas it's not. I am already overshot by 15 minutes. Now, Principal Ma'am will throw me out. Thank you very much. Good God bless you all.